Hey everybody, I just want to do a quick video. Let me get my comments set up. Okay, that should be set up. I just want to put a warning out there for people who are stocking up, prepping. I probably should put this on my other channel, but I'm on this channel, and it happened on this channel. But people are getting crazier. Like, I'm just going to tell you what happened. I was doing a live video back in my dressing room, decluttering makeup. I'm getting close to another milestone on my channel. So I'm like, you know what? Go through some of this makeup, um, do a giveaway when I hit my milestone. I have a big sale coming up. Uh, put some of it out there and keep, what I think I'm going to use. Because as women, hey, Rick, it doesn't even show me that you're in the room. So I don't know what's going on. YouTube is like, probably, please stop doing lives. Thank you. I appreciate you joining. So, anyways, as I was saying, I was just minding my business. I happened to look over at the comments, and the person was already gone. So, but there was a comment left on my chat. And let me just be clear, like, as far as views, I'm bringing you into a part of my house that usually, well, my own mother hasn't been into that part of my house for I don't know how many months. It's like my private space. And I thought, you know what? Let's just kind of do something that, makeup is a big hot topic. Um, we buy too much, we have too much. Let me just do this declutter on a live, get maybe some more females' input, like, if they feel like they're buying too much, that kind of thing. I think you guys get the gist from what I'm saying because I know personally I have too much and I've been buying some new stuff, that kind of thing. But a person left a comment in there um, that said, "Give me money." I can. What was it? Give me money. How many years did that cost you, or something like that? So it got me thinking, and the rant is at the end of my last video. Um, because the person wasn't in the room for me to say anything, basically, but it's a point of the mentality of um, people today, basically. Like, you're going to make that comment about me with makeup to give me for me to give you my stuff. So, what's going to happen if we're on another lockdown and you're talking about water, food, blankets, other supplies? Hmm, okay. So, you have the mentality about makeup, me giving you makeup. What do you think their mentality is going to be about the necessities? I mean, think about this. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Like, really think about this. Because I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know why I always say I'm not trying to be mean because, I mean, it's the truth. The truth is the truth. Like, so somebody sees you stocking up, buying a little bit extra. Maybe they're guessing, maybe not. but they're not taking the time to do it. They're not making the sacrifices to do it. Um, they're just going out and blowing their money on whatever. They're blowing their money on hair supplies, makeup supplies. I'm not going to lie, I buy the extras. I do. Because back in 2020, I'm going to be honest, it was comforting for me when I wasn't supposed to be out and about to have the comforting things in my home, period. So why wouldn't I make sure with everything that's going on? Think about everything that's going on in the world right now. Why wouldn't you have some of the extra things that you like that are comforting, that bring you comfort? You took all this time to prep, to stock food, water, everything you need. Yeah, you don't even want to know what I want to say back to that. But why would you? You're taking all the time to do all this, and then you have a neighbor, you have a friend, there's somebody else out there that knows you're doing it, and then they have the mentality like they're entitled to some of your stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Right there to answer your question. Because if I'm getting that mentality just from some flipping makeup, and then um what do you think it's going to come down to when we're in our houses and we can't go anywhere? Think about that. That's why, like, these channels that show their preps, I have nothing against it. I don't do it. You can watch my store hauls. You can see what I'm bringing in. You can kind of figure out what I'm bringing in. But that's it. Like, you will never see anything else. We all know we need to stock up on water. We need to stock up on food. We need to stock up on a lot of things. We need to have hygiene products. We need to have first aid kits. We need to have our medicines. We need to have, there's a ton of things we need to have. So while we're sacrificing financially, right? Because it costs to stock up. So while we're, you know, not buying this, not buying this, and we're buying this. So we have this in case we need it. And then you have somebody who is just flip it and not paying attention. I mean, how do you not know what is going on in the world today? And then they're just going to act like we owe them this. So I just want to put out a little warning out here because a lot of, I mean, this is where all the videos are at, right? There you go. Yeah, the Guardian can't even buy food these days. Thank you, Maria. Um, but the point is, we're taking the time to do all this, and then there's people, and it's on YouTube. People are putting on YouTube. I mean, channels that were just about saving money are now putting on stocking up videos. Like everybody's doing it. So it's all over YouTube. So it's kind of like if it's all over YouTube, who do you think they're going to hit first? And you people who are leaving comments in these bigger YouTubers comment section about, yeah, I bought this, I bought that, and naming off stuff you bought, I would not be putting everything down. I'll put it that way. Like, name a couple things and move on. Like, hey, I've been canning all weekend or whatever, but why would you lead people to you? Is my question. Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're already at the beginning of depression. And I agree, the dollar is going to crash. I mean, we've heard that for how many years on and off that the dollar is going to crash. But I mean, people can't even afford to buy food. So it's I don't know. I just want to get on here and just kind of share it. I've done a couple of lives today because I honestly just have been trying to declutter my damn house and get my house in order, basically. Um, because that's what we need to do. Get our houses in order. I mean, I live where it snows. So I don't know what this winter is going to bring. I could have barely anything, or I could have last year and I could have 20 something inches of snow out there that I need to take care of. So, can I get out? Well, 20 something inches at once. eh, be a little bit hard on my pickup truck, but would anybody be in the stores? But yep, exactly. Guardian, yep. In 21. Yep, and that's what I'm talking about. So Guardian, can you imagine my surprise when I'm doing something that has nothing to do with prepping? Yeah, that's true. It does depend what food it is. So I just want to put this warning out here because, like I said, I was just like, hey, I'll go in, I'll show this, I'll do some decluttering, I'll admit, I bought too much. It's really no big deal. Like, I'm a female. So what? I bought too much body care product and I bought too much makeup. Big deal. Like I said, I'm getting to a milestone on my channel. I started another channel. I'll have a giveaway. I'm having a big sale. I'm literally trying to get my house like in order. And then to have somebody entitled leave a damn comment to give me for me to give them stuff that I don't even know. I've never seen this person's name before on my channel. Nothing. Like, I don't know you like that. Okay? I don't care if you're the fool next door. I'm trying to decide which way to point. Uh-uh. I mean, I'm all for helping out somebody else who's been kind and respectful to me. But for somebody who has not done anything to get ready for what could be coming up, I'd have to think about that one. Like, let me know in the comments. Um, let me know in the comments what you guys would do. Like, you're buying all this stuff, you're sacrificing this other stuff. We know there's people out there who cannot even afford groceries right now. So if they can't even afford groceries, we have people literally right now who cannot afford groceries. Right now. What the hell is going to happen when everything comes crashing down? Because I can tell you what, to the little person who left that comment, come to my house, bitch. You're not getting in my doors. It's not happening. There's a reason people stock up. There's a reason people do the things they do. It's that simple. Yep. I thank you, Gas L. I appreciate it. You know what? We're just supposed to rotate right now. So, Haley, I really don't eat a lot of canned food, but I have some in my extras. So, what it's going to expire soon. I know it lasts beyond the expiration date, but I will bring it up here, use it, and rotate it. I will restock it. So I'm not without. Oh, I don't even, you really think it's going to last for 72 hours? That they'll make it 72 hours? I don't even think it's going to last after the power's out for 6 to 12 hours. I think you're going to have people who did not prepare for anything, who are freaking out, going to be at their neighbor's house, going to be at whoever's house because they did nothing to get ready for this. That's just my feeling. Like, I will be surprised if it lasts 70, if I seriously will. Like, if people can make it 72 hours. I mean, that says a lot about their character if they can at least make it 72 hours. I'll put it that way. I mean, everybody knows, like, well, not everybody, but I mean, it's common sense. What did we not learn from 2020? Okay. I don't care. I honestly don't care if you were the one back in 2020 who was like, I'm not staying home. I'm going out and about and whatever. I don't care. Where I live, we weren't supposed to do that. I try to follow the rules. It's really that simple. I try, but rules are meant to be broken at times too. But we didn't know a lot about it, and I was just like, you know what? Until we know more about it, I'm just kind of comfy being in my apartment at that time and just like being to myself. Yep, yep, I agree. Like we're not going to have the police, we're not going to have the fire departments, we're not going to have any of that. You're right. I appreciate your comments. Thank you. Keep bringing them because I'm agreeing with you 100% on that. So people are going to have to figure it out. And like I said, receiving that comment under a different video that had nothing to do about this and the entitlement there, I could give two, what, if that person came into this life. I really couldn't because it's not the person themselves, it's more the mentality. Like you made that comment to somebody you don't even know. And then it hit me like, wow, what the hell is it going to be like between now and November? It's really that simple. Stop and think about that. People are already getting crazy. Like, I know I'm a little cray cray, but I'm like cray cray in a good way. Like, I won't harm anyone or anything like that. But there's people out there who will for water and for food. And there's people out there who think, I don't have to do what you're doing because you're just going to give it to me or I'm going to take it. Be ready for that mentality. Because for me to see that on a different life that has nothing to do with stocking up, nothing to do with prepping, nothing to do with any of it at all, that's a pretty crappy mentality. Oh, you think it will start 24 hours after the last meal? See, I don't like, I just don't get it. We went through 2020, like, and people who didn't prep before 2020, do you not remember being in the grocery store? Because I do. And like, okay, what do I buy? Like, how many of the shelves are already empty? And you're trying to get food that you know is shelf stable and it's going to last you how long? Like, it's really that simple. And but like everything came on so fast for me personally, which is weird. I live in the upper Midwest. Like we stock up. Well, I do, and I know other people who do for winter times. That's just the way it is around here. But this like totally caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. Like totally caught me off guard. See, I don't even know if it'll make it 24 hours. I really don't. I just I think people we go into another lockdown, I think people are going to be like 2020. They're going to be out at the grocery stores again. Everybody's going to be buying everything up. And then the people who, they only get 2 or 3 weeks of supplies, they're going to be knocking at our doors. So, my suggestion to people is, you know, once this live is over, your comments are gone. So nobody's going to be able to see what you're putting down there of what you did stock up on or you didn't do. So my suggestion is on other channels, don't put too much information out there because it's too easy for people to find people, basically. It just really is. Like I said, keep your comments general and just say, hey, I can this weekend and da 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 and stuff like that. And just kind of, I always read through the comments on bigger channels. Like I do look through the comments to see what people are saying. Watch out for the people who are obviously not prepping because I don't leave a comment if there's someone like that on a channel where they're making a comment where I'm just like, yeah, you're not stocking up. You're not doing anything for this. You're going to be the one, you're, to me, it's almost like I don't trust people. Okay. So it's like, to me, you're going through these and you're like taking down the ones who have the names and you're going to start with like the channel, and then you're dependent on who you are, and then you're going to start with the people with the names. It's kind of hard to find user number 9F at UCKYOU. You know what I'm saying? But you never know, and you don't want to risk it because you're putting your family at harm. So that's just my opinion. But like I said, I was taken aback by the comment and I was just like, oh my gosh. Okay. So when I said, how long ago I don't even know if Rick is still in here. Um, how long ago I said people are acting cray cray. People are acting crazy. That was like a month and a half ago. Something like that. Okay. It's getting worse. Okay. Oh, like, okay. Like back in Katrina. Yeah, and you brought up a different point I didn't even touch on. Think about that. The looting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not funny. That wasn't like a haha laugh. That was like a oh crap laugh. Because I can't imagine that. Like I said, I'm in the upper Midwest, but you know what? The cities aren't that far away from me. So, what was that? Um, when that police officer, when that guy got killed up in the cities, like you wouldn't think that that came down to my area. I wouldn't think it was going to come down to my area, but it did. We had silent, quiet protest. I don't call quiet protests when you're out walking across a major highway, interstate. That's not silent. That's not, there's nothing nice about that protest. Sitting in the park with our sheriff doing your protest is. But then once that broke up, you're out in the streets, you're doing that kind of thing. I mean, we had grocery stores that were putting wood up over, I couldn't believe it. I went to my grocery store and there was wood up all over the windows. And I asked about it, and they said because of what's going on. They didn't want their windows broke. So they were pre-planning ahead. So, let me see. So I'm just going to, okay, right. So 10 days in New Orleans. I don't even know if we're going to have federal support, military support. I mean, think about it. I mean, look who's in office. I mean, I'm not. What have they showed us? I mean, like, I wouldn't even count on our government to help us out during the situation, is what I'm saying. The government that we have in office right now, I would not even count on them to help us out. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I really don't. You should be stocking up. If you're a if you're a Democrat, oh gosh, sorry, I just got a text from, but if you're a Democrat and you can't see what's going on, I don't know what to say for you. I really don't. I no, I don't think we'll have the military support at all. Okay. So everybody can read that comment. I mean, think about that. If they can't even manage one city that was flooded, how are they going to manage all these states? They're not. So, I don't think that the government will even call anyone in. I really don't. Not the way it is right now. I really don't. I think the only people that you can trust is yourself and then the people in your circle. And even then, there's that little old, what is that saying about, when something gets stolen from you, it's usually by somebody who's closest to you. So I'm one of those people who I'm really big on who I let into my circle because of that saying. And it's usually true. Because think about it, the people who don't have anything to do with you or don't know you, they don't know you have it. Unless like your house was just like randomly broken into or something, but I don't know. I don't, I have little faith our government's gonna hop right on it and start taking care of stuff. And that's just my opinion. And what's been going on for the last 3 years? I mean, how many people, elderly people, do we have that can't afford to buy groceries? How many people do we have that, well, you don't even have to be elderly, that can they're putting everything on the credit cards. They can't even afford rent and groceries. Like they were choosing over a year ago between what was it, heat or eat, between the two, and things have only gotten worse. So people are running out of choices. I mean, when you're putting everything on your credit card and then you can't even pay your credit card, that's not good. That's bad. That's very bad that people. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there who just aren't paying their credit card because they just don't want to, who can. I hate to say that, but that's just where my mind goes. That mm, maybe you're taking advantage of a situation because you think somehow our government's going to come in and help you out with this. They're not. Oh, okay. Let me see here. I'm just catching up on the comments. 1990s and early 2000s. You know what? I'm trying to think what happened in the 90s. Because the 2000s, we had the housing crash. That I remember. Oh, okay. I see it now. It's much decayed versus the 90s. Gotcha. Thank you. Because I was like, wait a second, what I miss in the 90s? I graduated in high school in '89, by the way. So, mm, yeah. And that's the sad thing. Like, they're going after, well, of course they are. People always go after the weak ones first. Like, but I don't know. To me, you're a special kind of something when you go after someone who is elderly or you target a church. Think about that. Like, don't you have grandparents? Oh, okay. Some of y'all steal from other elderly people and help out your grandparents. See, I've seen that around here where I live. You wouldn't think it would happen where I live because let's face it, I am in the Midwest, okay? Like, for real. The upper Midwest. You wouldn't think that would happen, but I've actually seen that happen. Where what he stole from other people, he took back to his grandma's house. And that was before like all this stuff started to happen. And grandma knew what was going on. Do you think grandma did anything? No, grandma liked it. So what's going to happen during a situation like this, when we're on lockdown? Yeah. I can't even, somebody was talking to me about that, about the Spanish flu. How many people died from that? And then somebody else was talking to me about 2020 and the amount of people who passed from that shouldn't have passed because doctors took away the first defense of their body, which was their fever. And then I can't remember the second defense or our body's natural defense, but then they took away the second natural defense for our body to fight that off. So, because I wondered about that, like, because I know somebody who had it and passed away from it. And I was like, if a fever can be, sorry, I keep getting text, like a fever can be so high for so many days. Was it 103 for 3 days or something like that? I don't know. I haven't been sick with a fever for how long. But why wouldn't you give the body, I don't know. I was just told by a medical person that all those people didn't need to die, basically. And they're in that field. I'm not. So, but keep prepping, keep getting your supplies, keep getting things that you need. I'm going to try to drop more videos over on my other channel. It's called Carmen Marie Unfiltered. That's where I've kind of started to put like more of my grocery store stuff, more of the stocking up stuff is over on that channel. I haven't felt good for the last few days, but I didn't have a fever till last night. It was gone this morning. So, but I'm gonna try to keep putting stuff more over on that channel. But like I said, I'm one who, I will never show what I have for my stockpile. But I do want to say before I go, like anybody who has a Dollar General, we all know they have the spend 20, get $5, spend 25, get $5 off. This week they're having spend, what is it, 40 and get $10 off. Now, for me personally, I live in a bigger city where there's more stores. Don't get me wrong, there's more stores than just Dollar General. But for me, like I go and buy I don't even know how many packs it is, but I have them over there. The big packs of the toilet paper. That's the day I go and I get that and I get like my Tide and whatever. Because the 25 between coupons and which they're not giving out as many coupons anymore. But I used to be able to get like two big packs of the toilet paper and then one thing of like Tide. And I'd be a couple bucks over that 25 or something like that. And with prices going up, it's more than a few. But it's just a good place to really stock up and get toilet paper because I'm telling you guys, get what you need, spread it out. I have to burp, sorry, and I can't. But get what you need, spread it out. Make sure you have cash on hand. Make sure your cash is hidden. Don't put all your cash in one place. I saw that question a lot on somebody else's video. Like, where should you hide cash? Nobody can tell you where to hide cash. Only you know where to hide cash. But I can tell you a thief is really good about finding cash. So don't put it in your freezer. Just don't. Because that's where they're usually going to look. Like if you're going to hide cash in your freezer, make sure like put it in an envelope, put it in a plastic bag, and then like put it like, when you go to like the butcher and they really wrap your meat like in the brown bag, like put that little envelope inside there, you know, do the brown bag thing and then, have it wrapped really nice. Like do it that way. Don't just put like an envelope in there or a plastic bag because that's where they look first or one of the places. So, anyways, but that's why like I said, I just hopped on here because I'm like, I cannot believe this mentality this soon and people acting entitled. And, your comment was right, The Guardian, about people are going after the weak first. They're going after the homeless, or not the homeless, they're going after the elderly. They're going after churches. So, anybody with grandparents or elderly parents, make sure you're doing what you can for them and, helping them get supplies or, making sure like they go to the grocery store during the daytime. And there's been some channels I've watched who've even said don't even go to, the stores during at the daytime by yourself if you're a female. What are single people supposed to do? I mean, we need to go to the grocery store and I'm not paying whatever service to deliver my groceries, number one. Number two, I'm not going to let them pick my groceries, especially produce and stuff like that. I'll drive myself to the grocery store and I'll pick my own damn produce because I can't guarantee what you're going to pick for me is what I'm pretty picky when it comes to my produce, basically. I don't want any rotten stuff in there. I don't want any of that stuff in there. Nobody does, but look who we have working in there. So some people just throw stuff in your little thing to pick up or to be delivered, and they're not paying attention or they don't care. So get everything you need. Go through your supplies. I had this idea, and I might actually try it now after tonight's little events, where I'm just going to maybe go without power for like a whole day, like 12 hours. No power, and just see how I do. Because if you go without power for 12 days when you know you have power, that gives you a really good idea on, okay, I thought I'd eat this, or I thought this would be easy to make, but I changed my mind. It's like doing the experiment before it happens. So it's just a suggestion for some people out there. We all lose power for what, a few hours at a time or whatever we do up here because of winter time. So I thought, you know what? Only losing like 3 hours of power. There is a huge difference between 3 hours of power loss and 12 hours of power loss. There is a really big difference. And then you'll kind of know what you do need for supplies. Because, like I said, you might think, oh, cans of tuna, that peanut butter sandwich, all these pretty easy things to make, that you're stocking up on, that you're like, okay, this is what I'll have. You might decide, if you try this, you know what, I want some of this also. You'll find gaps. I think there's gap. I think everyone has gaps in their stuff. No, don't worry about it because here's the thing. Um, the gravity of the situation is quite that is it right there. That people are not realizing the situation is quite ugly and it's only going to get worse. And people are not understanding, like, it's already ugly right now. Like, what is it gonna take for people to wake up and go, it's already bad now? So don't worry about people who left. People who left who can't handle the truth. I appreciate your apology, but honesty goes a long way here. As far as I'm concerned, that's where I'm at in life. Honesty goes a lot of be yeah. Honesty goes a long way. So, and people should be afraid because I'm sick and tired of this mentality. Like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They'll cover us. Meaning our government. Will they though? And see, somebody else left, and I know it's because people just don't want to realize the truth. They just don't want to realize how bad it's really going to be. You know what? I hope you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're all wrong. Yeah, but they won't. Sadly, they won't. And then it's almost like we're supposed to be the ones here to help you out of a bad situation. that you didn't prepare for. Because again, I'm going to say it one more time. It does not matter because everything I see on YouTube is about, you know, who you're voting for. That's not right. That no. Well, it kind of has to do with it, but I mean, ugh, I don't like to get political, but it does kind of have to do with it. But the reality is, okay, we need to prep. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you're a Democrat and you're drinking the Kool-Aid like, hey, 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 Miss Kamala, she going to take care of us. Where in the hell have they been for the last 3 damn years? Now, anybody who's 100% for Trump, we know he did a few things in office also that, but whatever. The point is where we're at now. Okay, where we're at now, do you think either party is going to be able to get us out of this in that first year? Does anybody think that at all? Because I don't. I don't. There is no, I don't see how anybody could get us out of this to where we're feeling a lot less of the pinch in a year. I just really don't. Ooh. Yep. I couldn't have said that better before the balloon goes up. Mm-hmm. You do. Wow, they got accosted in the parking lot. And see, I remember that day. Like I do. Like I don't I call where I live a town. It's a city, but it's not like a big city. But it's, it's good sized. But I can see that happening here. I really can. And it's because it's people are just getting crazier. Like I don't take certain things out with me anymore. Like when I go to a grocery store, that's for darn sure. I just don't. Like I don't carry my purse, and like I have my credit card because of what you're talking about right there. I mean, somebody takes my card, it's one phone call. One phone call to my bank and shut it down. And I know my bank's phone number. So good luck, boo boo, charging up my card. You're not going to get far. It's done. Like because I just see the way people are acting. And I couldn't have worded it better to say squirrel things away. That's why I said, please don't put all your business out there on the internet. Like some people are leaving in these comments, unless your name is like user, I'll pick something else, but six, whatever, 5432. But even then, do we know what our government's going to do? I mean, I've heard some prepping channels, the large prepping channels, sit there and talk about the government's going to come in and take our preps. I mean, does anybody think that's true? Because I'm like, I mean, that's really a concerning situation. Stop and think about that. So we elect our officials. We maybe didn't elect these that are in office. And then can you imagine them turning around? You pay taxes, I mean, come on. You do everything the way you're supposed to, and then they're going to turn around and take from you. It's worse. It's just as bad as the entitled people out there who are like, oh, I'm not going to worry about stocking up. Rick, you might join the Amish. For real, Rick, you're going to join the Amish? But you do have a, you do have a thought there because the Amish do, what is that? Water bath? Because I've watched some videos of this one lady who she's like friends with the Amish lady, and she's been learning like how to do the water bathing and stuff like that that the Amish do. So you're not far off track of wanting to go out there. But my only thing is, you got looters, you got people looking for food, you got people looking for certain things. Why wouldn't they hit the Amish up? That's my question. I mean, think about that for a second, Ricky. Or would they even think about it? Is my question also to you, also the guardian. Like, would people think about that? About like going to the Amish? Because it's so easy to take from an elderly person. It's so easy to take from a disabled person. It's so easy to do that kind of stuff. To take from the weak first. Would even dawn on them to go to the Amish? That's my question. And then people in rural areas, I don't know. I think differently about that because I'm like, think about, just think about YouTube for a second. Think about how many homesteading channels are on YouTube. There's a lot. You're on their waiting list, Rick. I have no comment about that. But I mean, like, do the Amish even carry? Because that's like something I don't like know about them. Do they? Since does that, either of you know? Because I don't even know. Like anytime I've driven out there, they're like in horse or in buggy and or walking around and oh, so they do hunt. I did not. Okay, I didn't think about that. Hmm. Yeah, but do they trap, bow, or the third one? Do you know? I seriously did not even think about that. They do. Anyways, I think Guardian here said it well when he said squirrel things away before the balloon goes up. Y'all can see the comment. I didn't say your whole name, did I? I don't think I did. No. But make sure you're putting stuff up. Make sure, I don't know, if you have people around you, neighbors and stuff like that around you who they're not stocking up. You know that they think everything's going okay in the world and they don't, or, they just have that mentality. They don't need to stock up. They don't need to do any of this. I would definitely be doing it secretly. I would be doing it when I know they're at work. If I could, I just would be doing it when I know that they're not paying attention, if at all possible, because you know who's going to be at your door. I mean, that's the best way I could think about it and just, I don't know, look at your surroundings. I mean, I'm used to, always checking my surroundings. Like when I get home, if I hear something, it's nighttime, I check it out, I have cameras. that kind of thing. So I don't know, like just keep an eye out for who's watching you. I know that sounds weird, but people watch. And you want to know if somebody's like watching you. What was that show with Tabitha? Bewitched. Remember the neighbor across the street who kept looking through her curtains? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you have that neighbor who's like keeping an eye on what you're doing and you're prepping and they're not, who's going to be at your house when we're out in lockdown because I don't have any food? I mean, that's just the kind of neighbor I am. I pay attention to stuff like that. I'm going to be honest. My mom thinks I'm crazy. She's like, your neighbors aren't watching. And I'm like, you see that curtain? See that slit? You can see where it's open. They're paying attention. And everybody in my neighborhood has cameras. So, I mean, come on. I don't sit there and stare at my camera all the time, but I know people do. So they're seeing what you're doing. So be sneaky about it. I don't know. Like I said, that comment, it just kind of like got me like I could give two shits about the person. I mean, I hope they are stocking up and whatever. I shouldn't have said I could give two shits, but I don't know how to word that right. Rick maybe does because he knows me better. But I mean, I do care about the person individually. But if you're not doing what you need to do, then that's on you, boo boo, because you know where we've been at. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of my family. And that doesn't include all my family because I have a large family. And if they can't see where we're at and where we've been at and how much things are getting worse and how prices are going up, then I don't know what to say for them because I'm the youngest out of how many kids. So I think if you're older than me, you should see it, basically. I mean, it's simple math. Come on now. You go to the grocery store, you see the prices are up. And besides that, why wouldn't you just stock up to save money? That was my whole thing. Like, I'm on a budget. So, like, I'm saving how much money every time I go to my freezer and I get like a thing of ground beef. I pay 269, 299 for it. I buy it on sale at Hy-Vee. If you have a Hy-Vee, watch your things and look on YouTube because they'll tell you when they have the sales. But I'm saving like $3 for a pound of hamburger. Yeah, $3. So why wouldn't you just even stock up to save money? There's I mean, think of all the everything that could happen besides being looted or somebody robbing you or being shut down on shutdown. People can lose their jobs. The prices are going up so much that you just get priced out of everything. The weather, that's another big one. Hurricane season. Do you really want to be in a store during hurricane season and like buying everything starting from nothing? You already want to have pretty much basically everything. Like when I go to a grocery store right now, I call it a fluff. I'm buying basically fluff. I am buying sometimes some of my stocking up stuff, but a majority of it is fluff. I did a Hy-Vee walkthrough. You can see it on my channel because, well, basically, saying the way that people are grocery shopping wrong. Like, buy stuff on sale. What's wrong with you? Like, I don't mean to sound mean, but on that one, I really don't. But the fact of the matter is, everything goes on sale. Everything goes on sale. Hamburger goes on sale. Chicken goes on sale. Everything goes on sale. Why wouldn't you buy it on sale? I mean, this channel I'm on right now, it's like a shopping channel. I do a lot of everything on this channel because I just like to save money. I have a lot of interest. To me, just doing a shopping channel, it's boring. There's more to life than getting the good deals shopping. They're stocking up. We have a lot going on in our world, but I don't do politics on this channel. But the bottom line is it's about money. So my question is, why wouldn't you buy stuff on sale? Why would I buy this pretty blanket over here for $50 when I know it'll be on sale? Why would and it's the same thing goes for me for food. Matter of fact, my moderator knows me well enough to know meat and that kind of stuff, I buy it on sale. It's expensive. Now, eggs, I mean, I couldn't believe it when I went to Aldi's. 3.77 for a dozen of eggs. I'm like, what is going on? Why are egg prices going up? Like, we just went through this where they were up, then they went back down, and now they're up. I mean, that was a huge jump. Well, no, they almost got to $5 in my area, didn't they? Which was crazy. I mean, I guess if you divide it by 12, like I've been told, it's not a bad price per egg. But the point of it is, when you remember when eggs are 99 cents a dozen, and that's like the regular price, and when they're like $1.29, that's expensive. Yeah, I kind of have a problem paying 3.77 at Aldi's, and I can't remember what it was at the other store. So, and I see, what is that channel's name? She always says you're grocery shopping wrong. I think that comment, well, I think that title is kind of, I wouldn't leave that kind of title, but after seeing some of the viewers that send in their videos and what they're buying on food and stuff like that, I'm like, well, some of y'all are. Why would you pay $6, $7 for a bag of Doritos? I mean, if you're on a budget, I'm talking about if you're on a budget. Like, you're on a budget, it's like you can barely afford the basics. Like, you're just getting by. Why would you? They go on sale. They go on sale all the time. Look at my Hy-Vee video. I just did a walkthrough on there and I was like, mm-mm. Like, I pass up on stuff all the time, like my Propel water. I like it in a bottle, but you know what? For 13 something dollars for a 12 pack, I'll skip. Thank you. Because I just bought it a couple weeks ago for $5 for one 12 pack and $7 for the other one. That was a sale. So that's another thing I don't understand. I sit there and I go in the grocery store and I see these people and I'm like, they just pick this stuff up and just put it in their cart and just pick it up and put it in their cart. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you even looking at the damn price? Like, are you? And why aren't you, like, are you one of the ones that you owe the money on the credit card, or are you one of the ones that make really good money where you don't have to worry about what you're paying right now? That's where my mind goes. Because you're obviously one of the two. There's only those two options. So, anyways, I'm going to end this video here. Um, Maybe we can do another live chat about it again, about like stocking up, and different ways to go about it. But like I said, I would keep it private. I keep mine private. You see what I show. Other channels show more. You might want to watch them because my channel, you just got to kind of read in between the lines. But y'all be safe out there and please do keep prepping and, watch out for people, anything that, somebody is like, you're being a little paranoid. No, you're not being paranoid. You're being careful. That's that's just the truth. You're being careful. You need to watch yourself. You need to watch your home. You need to watch who's watching you. You need to be watching them. I mean, it's just like this whole vicious circle. You need to be careful when you're going out. If you're female, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out in the daytime by yourself to get your supplies and that kind of stuff. Now, if you live in a really bad city where people get jumped during the daytime, I don't know, have somebody else go with you, grocery shop in another town. There are a lot of scenarios, and there are a lot of, what is that? There's a lot of different scenarios, but there's a lot of different answers to that. If you live in a bad city and you have a better city that's an hour away, like the city you're in, you may get jumped, but an hour away, you're not going to. I guess I would drive an hour away to be safe. That's just me. I would use the extra gas from my pickup and drive an hour away where I didn't have to worry about it. Period. But if you feel like, hey, I can go and grocery shop and take a friend with me and everything will be cool, cool, then do that. You don't have to worry. But even then, how long ago I'm trying to think, what, 3 years ago? Somebody was coming out of no, not that grocery store, a big box store, like, Walmart, Target. And there was a guy out there who offered to help her unload her groceries. what'd he do? Ram the trunk onto her head or something crazy like that? Why would you trust a stranger? As a single female, why would you go out to your car and I don't remember if the guy followed her around the store or was just out there by her car or what. But there's another question. Why? Let's just say you went out to your car and some guy was walking by your vehicle and hi and offered to put your groceries in the car. Why would you say yes? Why? You don't know that person? I would be like, no, no, thank you. I would thank him and say goodbye. I don't know why somebody would say yes. I'm not blaming the female because I feel awful that she got hurt, but why would you trust that person? Again, this was like 3 years ago. Things have only got worse. So make sure that you're around people that you really do trust. And you know what? Just on this note, the people that are, they say have your community of preppers, you might want to really evaluate who's in your little community and who you're trusting with your preps. You might want to, I don't want to say do a test because it's not right, but because it just reminds me like of the dating scenario. You know how people, when they date, they kind of test people? I, mm, I don't know. Crazy stuff like that just kind of goes into my mind at times because it's like, I go back to how do you know you can really trust them? Even if they're stocking up, even if they're prepping. I mean, think about how many people have known each other for how many years and they've gotten in a fight over money. What are they going to do if it's over water and food because we can't go to a store and buy it? How many people have been relatives and gotten in bad fights about money and they don't talk anymore? That's your blood. Same thing with friends. Make sure you're really, I don't even know which way to put it. Maybe one of you two could put it in the comments on which way, but I would be making sure those waters were really well. That's okay, Rick. I'm gonna get off here too because now I'm just kind of blabbing, but I just want to put this little warning out and let people know that you're asleep at the wheel, huh? Put this little warning out and just kind of get some other people's perspective and just kind of let them know what I went through tonight and that sometimes we really do just need that little second reminder. It's like always in the back of our head, but it's like way back there for me. And then when something like this happens, it's like boom, it brings it forward. But again, Rick kind of knows me a little bit more to where, well, just be careful who you're around and who you trust. And anyways, you'll have a really good night and maybe we can do this again and do another live and get more people in the room where it's earlier at night and really have a lot of people discussing what's going on and what they're kind of doing because like I said, once this video is done, these comments, they're gone. They don't stay with the video. So anyways, y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Make sure to prep and I'd keep it under covers as much as you can.